Welcome. My name is Mazhar Siddiqui, publishing manager for OGN Energy magazine. Happy to have Mr. Jesper Poulsen, licensing manager, Topsoe.
Yes, thank you for having me here. It's always a pleasure to get a chance to speak with OGN and being at this conference here in Saudi.
Jesper, could you please elaborate on your company's scope of operations?
Yeah, so Topsoe is essentially a technology provider. We provide technology catalyst services to those catalysts. So we are a technology licensing provider. Then, of course, we also have our Power to X business, which is a little bit different, where we also now offer, you can say, broader scopes within the Power to X solution. So that would be green hydrogen, green ammonia, and green methanol.
What are your key objectives for participating?
For MEPEC is definitely to engage with our Saudi clients. We're all aware that Saudi Arabia is going to be one of the lighthouses here in the region. So we're having an engagement with the companies like Saudi Aramco, the SABICs and Eskim, the companies like this, to understand how are they looking at decarbonization and how are we able to support them in their decarbonization.
How do you see the Saudi energy market evolving in the coming years?
To be frank, I think it's one of the most exciting markets that's going to be developed, because as we are right now, it's a very heavily based on the fossil resources that is in place, or the energy resource that is in place. What we're going to see in the future, I think, is a transition on how can we utilize these resources in an efficient way, in an energy environmentally friendly way as well, and how can we also make use of the abundant sun and soil that you have to greenify essentially the grid and, as you can say, bring sustainability into the grid as well.
Now, given the scale of projects underway, what differentiates your companies and offerings from competitors in the South?
It's quite clear that what we have is we have historical references. We have planned an operation that can match the ambitions that we're seeing from the Saudi Arabian both policymakers but also the companies in Saudi Arabia. And as we all know, it's different things of proposing something that you might be able to do and then to sell something that we actually have done in the past. So we have products ready that can decarbonize at scale today, all the way up to 6,000 metric ton per day of ammonia, for instance, in a single line capacity. This can really help enable the region to transition into a lower carbon energy economy.
With sustainability being a key focus, how do your company's products and services help Saudi Arabia and the region further its green goals?
Yeah, and that's where we come in with a really good offering here, because like I said, we do have our, you can say, what is referred to as our traditional business, which is mainly based around how do we transform natural resources into energy essentially. So that could be natural gas into ammonia, natural gas into methanol, and we can do that in a way where we capture and sequestrate the carbon, so you avoid the emissions. We also have a portfolio within the Power to X sphere. So that would be utilizing electrolyzers. We have our own proprietary electrolyzer technology called solid oxide electrolyzer technology. And what's quite exciting is that we have already now taken FID on a 500 megawatt facility in Denmark, and recently just announced a 1 gigawatt facility in the US.
Congrats on that. That was really great. Yeah. Now, what are the biggest opportunities and challenges you see for your company in the Saudi market?
Opportunities for sure is the ambitions to actually drive the economy towards a low carbon economy. These objectives is being pursued both in what we call the blue transition, so where you utilize natural resources like natural gas, but also for sure in the green space, where you try to say we are expanding our solar capacity or wind capacity to actually produce enough power to make green hydrogen. The challenge, of course, is, as anywhere in the world, we are looking for the off-takers to also take the first steps. We see that the kingdom is ready to move ahead, but they are, of course, looking to the off-takers to also give clear signals that they are ready to purchase these new low carbon intensity molecules.
What are your long-term plans for expanding your business in Saudi Arabia?
We have plans to expand into Saudi Arabia, but at this stage, it's not something we can dive into too much in details. But we have plans for sure to expand our business within Saudi Arabia. How
has business been for your company over the past year?
We've seen a good increase in both our revenue and our EBITDA growth. It's been driven very hard, you can say, by the transition into blue, but also definitely within our renewable fuels portfolio, where we offer, our proprietary Hydroflex solution, which can transform waste oils into renewable diesel. It can transform it into sustainable aviation fuel. So we see growth within that area really ramping up, especially in the North American market. And then we're seeing the Middle East now ramping up as well, the desire to both have these, you can say, renewable fuels being produced, but definitely also the low carbon chemicals being produced.
Anything else you'd like to add about your company's activities and products? Something perhaps that I missed out?
No, I think the only thing I would like to add is just this region has an enormous potential, both within what you have in the ground already, but also what you have on the surface with regards to sun and solar. So it's a unique position to be in that you actually have the opportunity to do both. A lot of regions, they have either or. So either they have a lot of sun but no gas and oil, or they have a lot of gas and oil but no sun. So I'm very keen to see how this region develops in the next decade. I think we will see a lot of mega-scale projects on the utilization of natural gas resources, but also we will start to see the green projects really ramping up in the region.
Promising, Jesper, and many thanks for your time. It was a pleasure talking to you.